This helicopter ride over Carlisle can only mean one thing. It's time for the Livewires and Ignite vlog. Let's jump right in. Guys, welcome to the Livewires and Ignite vlog. Lots going on tonight. Let's jump right in. Average Joe's Average Jokes.
Why do cows have bells? Because the horns don't work.
I don't get it. Average Joe's Average Jokes. Signing out. Boom.
The terrible train game.
Well, guys, you might remember last week we started this story, an incredible story about Daniel and his friends who were taken into captivity from their home in Jerusalem to Babylon to work for the king of Babylon, King Nebuchadnezzar. And to do that, they were put in a kind of boot camp, a Babylonian boot camp, to get them ready for service for the king. That included a whole re-education. The new names which we talked about last week. It was a real mental and physical workout so that they were prepared to work for the king. It even required a new diet. A diet of rich food that the king supplied. You know, this diet was everything you could ever want. There was treats and rich food and meat galore and crisps and all that you could want to eat. There was plenty of wine on offer from Babylon as well. But Daniel and his friends had a slight problem with this diet, because accepting this diet would be a show that actually they trusted the king to supply their every needs, not God to supply their every need. And what Daniel and his friends wanted to show is that actually they wanted to put God first. And this was a line they maybe weren't willing to cross. We asked that question last week, is it worth worshipping God? Is it worth putting God first above all others? Well, this was Daniel's line. And he said to the officials, I don't want to eat the sweets and the rich food of Babylon. I'd rather eat vegetables and peppers and things like that. Instead of the wine, I want to just drink water. And the officials were a bit suspicious of this. It had never been done before, and they were a bit worried that actually the rich food of Babylon was designed and given to them so that they would be the best they can be. It was designed to make them healthier, stronger than the rest around. But Daniel insisted. He said, no, we want to worship God first, and we want to eat vegetables. We don't want to eat the rich food of Babylon. So reluctantly, the officials agreed to a trial period, 10 days. 10 days where Daniel and his friends would eat veg, not the rich things of Babylon, where they would drink water, not the wine of Babylon. 10 days. So 10 days passed. And they kept this going for 10 days. And they lined them all up at the 10. And the difference was remarkable. Daniel and his friends looked so much healthier, so much better nourished than all of the other trainees. That so much so that they changed the diet of the other trainees to the vegetables and the water, not the rich food of Babylon. So great was the difference. Now, it's a good story, isn't it? And we think, well, does that mean we all need to become vegetarians? Is that what it's saying? There's nothing wrong with that. And we all know that vegetables are good for us. But the main point of the story is that Daniel and his friends put God first. By eating the vegetables, not the rich food of Babylon, it showed they were putting God first in that situation. And God honoured their decision. He gave Daniel and his friends knowledge and understanding of literature and learning. He even enabled Daniel to interpret visions and dreams. And when they were presented to the king of Babylon, King Nebuchadnezzar, he said there was nobody like them in all the land. They were 10 times better than magicians or enchanters of Babylon. But like I said, is this saying that we should all go and eat vegetables? Well, there might be some truth in that. Vegetables are great for you. But the main point is that they put God first in that situation. And we've been asking that question, was it worth it? Was it worth worshipping God? Well, here's the first test. Is it worth worshipping God? In this situation, putting God first meant they were 10 times better off than any of the others in their situation in the land. So it was absolutely worth putting God first. So here's the question for you. What might it look like for you to put God first? In your situation, it might not mean, well, actually, I'm going to eat vegetables. It might not mean that. It's not what it represents in the story that we should all do that. But what it might mean is that you say, I want to be in church on Sunday, not doing those other things, because I want to start putting God first. Or I want to make sure I'm free for Wednesday nights so that I can watch Livewires in a night rather than going out and doing another activity, because I want to put God first. It might mean that you actually disagree with your friends on something. It means you stand out in the classroom because you don't agree with what everybody else agrees. You agree with what God does and you want to put him first. And actually, when you think about it, if you change your heart attitude to putting God first, well, that changes everything. It could change every decision you ever make in your life. But is it worth it? Is it worth putting God first? Well, there's a verse in Romans, a book in the New Testament part of the Bible. Daniel's in the Old Testament. Romans in the New Testament says, if you declare Jesus Christ as Lord, you'll be saved. We've talked about that before, but here's the next bit. If you believe in Jesus, it says, then you will never be put to shame. It means you'll never lose out. Putting Jesus first, putting God first, is the most important and well worth it.
In a land not too far away, a brand new game has been sweeping the city. During the COVID pandemic, one church has taken its online content to another galaxy, as its pioneering pastor has been to infinity and beyond. Literally. And hence, the game has been formed around one simple question. Where is Pete now? Where's Pete now?
Is that a field?
Where's Pete now?
Is that a garden?
Where's Pete now?
Is that a lake?
Where's Pete now?
That's a cricket ground.
Where's Pete now?
Has he gone camping?
Where's Pete now?
Whose living room is that?
Where's Pete now?
That's a river.
Where's Pete now?
Whose back lane's that?
Where's Pete now?
Is that a field?
Where's Pete now?
Is that a garden?
Where's Pete now?
Is that a lake?
Where's Pete now?
That's a cricket ground.
Where's Pete now?
Has he gone camping?
Where's Pete now?
Whose living room is that?
Well, guys, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Just a quick reminder, it is our first Ignite Zoom call. If you're aged 11 to 16 and you want to come along, please drop me an email, nathan.c@carlisle.baptistchurch.org. I'll send you a link so that you can join in. We'd love you to come along. It's going to be a great time. If you're coming along, you do need to bring something with you. You need to bring some vegetable of some sort. It doesn't matter what it is. And you need to bring a Nerf gun of some sort. So bring them along with you to the Ignite Zoom call tonight if you're coming. How about leaving the wine at home? Yeah, don't bring that. So yeah, if you're age 11 to 16, we'll see you at the Ignite. If you're in Livewires, guys, we'll see you next time. See you later, everyone.